Hello, y'all, and welcome back to the channel. Marketing here, and today I'm going to be doing a little bit of a collab haul between three stores. So I have things from Dollar Tree, Target, and Home Goods. So I'm just going to be sharing what I've picked up today, really. And some of these items might be helpful for back to school, and then there are also just some nice household items that I also picked up from the stores as well that I would like to recommend, or just share with you guys because there's some special sales and deals going on. So it's a great time to start restocking if you are a teacher and going back to school, if you have students, children going back to school, or if you just need to maybe re-up on some office supplies and also some things for the house, or if you have a college student, maybe you're buying some new decor and some things like that. So I'll be able to share with you things that should be able to help you kind of no matter where you are when it comes to getting ready to go back to school or work, or send a child off maybe to college. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I will start with Dollar Tree because that's the stuff that's sitting right in front of me. Some of this stuff is, it's all different things, but I do tend to buy books from there, so you'll see that as well. But first, I'll start with some of the school supplies I picked up. And like I said, I am a teacher as well, so some of this will be for me or either for my classroom and or students. All right. And I also did another Dollar Tree and Aldi finds haul. So I'll link that to the end of this video so you can check that out because there are some back to school things, quite a few back to school things that you can get from Dollar Tree that are trending and also, again, very affordable for back to school supplies. So let's start with these rulers. I got these just to add in my classroom. I already have some rulers, but these are clear and they're got like a glitter design or whatever in them, other than that. But the other thing that I liked about this one is that the measurements on this side are large, like large font. So I found that oops. So I found that I thought that might be good, one for me too, but also for any students that may have any vision impairments, or just in general, because who wants to squint to try and read the numbers on the ruler? So the fact that it's clear and it also has these large numbers for the inches, side, the centimeters are still kind of like the standard font that you would see on a ruler, but the inches are larger, and I do like that. And it even has like makes the markings larger, so that might be good maybe if you have a younger child who's learning to use rulers, especially when they do have to do specific measurements in math. At least they used to. I teach high school, so I don't know, but if they do have to use a ruler and find something like in between, like a half point or a fourth or whatever, these are a little bit larger than the standard, so it might make it a little easier for them to be able to see and find what they need. So I just got two of those. These are $25, $50, whatever the standard Dollar Tree price is. That's how much these cost. And I thought those were just really pretty, so I just added them to my collection. Also, I picked up this. It says it's a magnetic locker box pocket, but I plan on using it. Hopefully, it'll stick to my whiteboard. So I plan on putting it up and just to be able to put a couple of like markers there to make it easy to access. So that's why I plan on using it for. But apparently, it's also made for the locker as well. So like if your students, I don't even know how our students don't even use the lockers, but if they do, and maybe they want to keep some things easy, pens or extra pens, pencils, things like that in between class changes, they might need to grab them. Or even with decor, you probably put some more fake flowers or whatever. Kids are very creative with things like this, but it does have a big magnet on the back. So like I said, I plan on using it on my whiteboard just to store some markers, but yeah, they can be used for many things. And I even saw, speaking of that, in Target, they had one that actually has a chapstick holder built across it, which I didn't really understand why. But anyway, they have that. So I guess if it's in your locker, that might be helpful too. And then I just picked up a deck of index cards. You get 250 in a pack for, again, the standard, $1.50 price or whatnot. So, and those are just plain white. They did have color, so if you specifically want like colored index cards or whatnot, you can get those too for the same price. But I just got regular white. I don't even have a immediate use for index cards off the top of my head, but I do find myself using them for activities or creating reviews and things sometimes. So I might need them, so I just picked them up. Alright, let's see what else we have here. So that stuff I picked up a couple days ago, and as well as what I'm about to show you now. And then I also went today and picked up some more things. So I have like $3 cheese I kind of go in between as well. So um, this again, I pick up a lot of good books from Dollar Tree for myself as well as for my classroom library. This one I plan on reading myself. I've said before, like I'm really a paperback fan, but when it's things like Dollar Tree or you can get a super good book for cheap, I don't mind getting the paperback. I mean the hardback, but otherwise I typically buy like when I go to Barnes and Nobles or Books a Million or somewhere. I would get paperback when available. But this is called The Townsend Family Recipe for Disaster by Shauna Robinson. And from what I can see, it seems like it's kind of a funny story, but it's about a black family, from what I can see here, and then just kind of their situations. Looks like the main character's name is May Townsend. Yeah, it's May Townsend has always dreamed of connecting with her strange black family in the South. She grew up picturing relatives who looked like her, crowded dinner tables, bustling kitchens, and of course, the Townsend family barbecue, the tradition that kept her late father flying to North Carolina year after year despite the mysterious rift that always required her to stay behind. So, one, y'all know I'm from North Carolina. If you knew here, you might not know that, but now you know. And so I love stories that have any kind of personal connection. And so having one the setting or part of at least part of the setting being in North Carolina, that's a connection. But also I love reading things by Black and Brown authors, and so I picked this one up. And I'm also in a group on Facebook, and I've seen this one float around a few times, and it has pretty good reviews. So I can't wait to read it. I think some people say it's kind of funny as well as good, just a good, fun, nice book to read. So if you're looking for something that's not super deep, thought or super thought provoking and all that, you just want something good and light and entertaining, I think this will fit the bill. And again, for $1.50, no problem. And then I picked up some more pins. They have been going viral. There are Dollar Tree groups and there are different brands of pins that have been going viral. I don't think I got all, but I've got some of the brands. And then you'll see some more in my other video that I did about Dollar Tree finds. But I just want to share these because one, I like colorful things. Period. I like colorful pins. I like colorful supplies. That's just me. If you haven't noticed, most things I'll show you for my classroom have been colorful. I picked up two sets of these so you can get whatever colors you want. I think these were the two options. I'm not sure if they had a third combo or not, but you get three in a pack, and again, they're $1.50, whatever the regular price, and they actually write in the color that they are. So this is assorted ink. As you can see at the bottom, you'll see those dots down there. So these do write in green, blue, and purple, and these write in pink, orange, and this kind of green, like a lime green color. So again, I got these just to add in my collection. These are supposed to be very smooth writing, ultra low viscosity ink, and they have a comfort grip. So their pens that I've had so far are pretty good. And this is from the ink, the Just Right brand or whatever, which I think is a Dollar Tree in-house brand. And also from them, I picked up these. They write in blue ink, and they had this in another set that had different colored pens, and I think they just wrote in black, or maybe they did write in different colors. I can't remember. I think I got these because the school that I work at, the colors blue is one of our school colors, and so I thought it'd be nice. And I just like this kind of array of different color blues. I just like that combo, and I like writing in basically any color other than black ink. That's just so boring to me. So I love to get colorful pens, and also blue is pretty much the next best thing to black when it comes to like doing more formal or official documents. So having blue ink is good to have, so that way it's not black, but it's also a little bit of color. So I got these, and again, 5 ballpoint pens, and they're retractable, smooth writing, and a lot of people have said that these pens, the Dollar Tree pens, are good, and the ones that I've used so far have been pretty good. This is the Forma, I guess, collection. I'd say these are probably a dupe for oh my gosh, Pentel, yeah, whatever brand, you know what I'm talking about. That brand, I would say, looks like a dupe for maybe their pens. They do actually sell Zebra brand pens in there, and that is another good brand, good writing brand. of pen. So they do sell those as well if you prefer a name brand. And last but not least, I picked up these magnets. I just love these. You can put stuff on the board. I have a huge, kind of almost half of a wall, a little over half a wall of a whiteboard. So I can definitely use part of it just to post like announcements or information or things like that. And so these are just magnets to post stuff. So it's helpful for that. So I got purple and blue because I love this color combination again. North Carolina, Charlotte Hornets colors, and purple is my favorite color in general. And I also, again, just like these two colors together. So you get 6 in a pack. They also have smaller ones, so you can get large or small. I got the large ones. And I think with the smaller ones, you may have gotten 8 in a pack versus the 6, but I like those. I'm going to toss all this back because I actually have like a box. Now that I'm thinking about it, I bought a tote today, and I bought it for my house to put some things in to take to storage, but I actually meant to buy another tote specifically for like school supplies. So I'll probably pick one up tomorrow because I have to go. My storage is right by Walmart in where the Walmart and Target are. But yeah, I bought stuff. Actually, I'm gonna take this book out since that's staying here. I bought stuff for school, and I just want to have like one tote where I can just, as I buy things, just dump, all the school supplies in there. So last thing from Dollar Tree, this is actually from my run today. And Dollar Tree sells, as you probably see if you shop in there, fake floral. And so these are definitely much cheaper. Although I will say with Michael's, the last fake floral that I purchased, the last few, have been from Michael's when they put certain bundles on sale. And so you can get some nice ones. But this is the peony look. And I'm actually going to put these in my bathroom as part of the decor. I have a vase in there right now for Christmas. I had red roses in there, and I had like red rugs. So now I've gone with kind of a turquoise or kind of like blue looking color, like an aqua color, because I have the Moana princess from the Disney Princess collection in Bath and Body Works in there with a candle on. So that's kind of the theme. It has like these flowers and it has the blue. So these kind of match the coloring of the flowers on the Moana thing. Although the Moana ones I think are white with like a pink fade in them. These are more creamy with that, but they're not going to be side by side or anything, but they're both in the same bathroom. So I bought these just to use in the vase that's in my bathroom that will be going with the theme. So I got these. So they have lots of fall floral already out. So if you're someone who uses fake floral decor and stuff, there's a lot of fall stuff out of Dollar Tree. So go ahead and check them out. And again, with more books, these will be added to my classroom library. And I like to try and get a diverse combination of books. I definitely like to step outside of the classics, which are simply written by old white men. That's the running joke, but it is true. But in traditional literature, that is what the books that we used to read. And of course, now in today's times, we have branched out and we try to incorporate reading from a variety of authors that tell all types of stories that pretty much anybody can relate to in some manner, regardless of the student, demographic. So I like to have a diverse library of books. So not only from authors but genres, authors, and levels of reading. Some kids, even though it's high school, they aren't necessarily reading on a high school or advanced level. So getting a book that might look like it's suitable more for a middle schooler in terms of the font and the length is also appropriate. And so I picked up 2 books here that I've seen for quite a while. The Shadow Key, and this is by Susan Stokes Chapman. I feel like I've heard of this before, and I heard of this book before. I just don't know why it seems familiar to me, but I picked this one up. She is a UK-based author based out of North Wales, and this is her second book, I believe, and it's not in a collection or series or anything. It's just a set of books that she's written. Her first book was called Pandora, and it was also a big hit. It was a #1 bestseller in the UK. So I picked up this, and it's kind of like a gothic mystery, I think is the genre for this one, or how you would describe it. And then we have, I think I'm going to pronounce this correctly, Unseli or Unseli, I don't know, but the one thing that's the main character's name. Her name is actually Encelia Seeley, so I'm gonna say this is Unseely because her name is Celia, known as Seeley, Grey Girls. That's the main character. And I have seen this book a few times, and at first I passed it by. But when I actually took the time to read the back of it, one of the things that made me pick it up, other than I think it's kind of, the characters are obviously some other nationality, even though I think this is more of a fantasy fiction type book, is that the one of the main characters, they're sisters, but Celie is autistic, and so again, inclusion, diversity in my characters, because I want no matter what student to be able to find a book that relates to them, and that's why when I taught in my previous high school, I had students reading and enjoying reading that never loved to read. They did not enjoy reading, they hated reading, but they actually were able to find books that they liked, and then they knew kind of how to pick out things that worked for them by that. So that's my goal, because I love reading, and I really believe that, a lot of times students don't like reading because they don't like the material or the content they have to read. So I try to make my classroom library as diverse as possible, so that no matter what your interests are, no matter what types of things you like, you can find something for you, and you can also find yourself or see yourself in some of the books that I select. So again, having a person who has autism, again, I love that. And then this book has a second, so this is book one, I guess you would say. The second book is called Unending. It was not in Dollar Tree. Probably, I don't know if it ever will be, but I'll get this one and I'll keep an eye out for the second one. And that is the thing about shopping Dollar Tree. A lot of times you might find something that's part of a series, and it might be the first book or one of the ones in the middle. And so I try to stay away from that. But since this only has one other book, it may eventually end up in Dollar Tree, or I'll keep an eye out for it at other bookstores. Because I do like to have like a set. When I have a series, I like to have the complete set. But this particular main character is an autistic changeling left in the human world by the Fae as an infant. She has always known she is different. Seems unpredictable magic makes it hard for her to fit in, and draws her and Isodi into, and I think Isodi is her sister, the hunt for a fabled treasure. In a heist gone wrong, the sisters make some unexpected allies and find themselves unraveling a mystery that has its roots in the history of humans and Fae alike. So I guess Fae is kind of like what they are considered, but now they're here on Earth. I don't know. I haven't read it, never heard of it. But the author is, looks like Evelise Houseman up here. So yeah, this sounds like it might be an interesting book. Who knows? I might end up reading it myself, because I'm just curious now, as just finding out about it. But it does seem like a kind of fantasy fiction. And so the author, here she is Puerto Rican, and she's an author and illustrator. And one of the things that she said is that at all 7 schools she attended throughout her childhood, she was infamously that kid who gets in trouble for reading during class but refuses to stop. I've actually had a couple students like that, and it is what it is. She was diagnosed with autism at 15, which made everything make a lot more sense. When she isn't writing, she can be found making soup or tending to her houseplants. And she lives in the Blue Ridge Mountains with her high school sweetheart and arch nemesis and their 2 rescue dogs. So again, the author writing from her perspective as being a person with autism. Of course, she made one of her main characters, have autism as well. So I like that. I love when authors really do write books for themselves, because a lot of times it comes from a space of not having seen themselves in a book at some point. All right, moving on to Home Goods. This is pretty short. I only picked up a couple things, but I want to share them with you. One is nothing special. Second, let's see here. Notification. I'm waiting on an Uber Eats order, so I just want to make sure. Okay, so I can finish here. So here we have just the washcloth that was on clearance. It was $3.99. It's now $3.50. I didn't buy it because it was on sale. I bought it because I needed just the white washcloth. And then this is by Ralph Lauren. And they had a few of them, but I was just like, I could get a pack for like $10, not Ralph Lauren, but other brands. So I wasn't gonna get like 2 for $3.50 and pay like $7. When for like $2 more I could get like a 4 or 6 pack. So I just got the one that I needed for $3.50. And the main thing that I actually went in Home Goods for was this. Now we all know that these flower based book things are trending. This was $12.99, so a little bit more expensive than the Aldi ones. Actually, I think it was the Aldi ones were only like $8 or $9.99, so not much of a difference. And The Great Gatsby is one of my favorite books by F. Scott Fitzgerald, and I saw it probably a couple weeks ago. And then I said I'm gonna circle back for it, and I'm glad I did. They also had Emma by Jane Austen. That one was red, painted red, with white writing. And then they had one that I hadn't seen before because Emma was there the first time I saw this. And then they had one that was just like cream, and it had like a pink rose or something on it. I don't know. I didn't look to see like what that was or even if it had a book name. But this one is, it looks like a book on the spine, and then it has Great Gatsby on both sides with the title and author's name, and then in $12.99. So this will be a good vase. I don't know where I'm gonna put it yet, but this is one of my favorite books. I may even take it to my classroom, but this is one of my favorite books, and so I love this, and I like the blue. It does match my living room, so I could put it in here somewhere. And I think this might be, the brand is Dwell Studio, but I really like that, and I might go back and look to see if they have other, like these were by the cash wrap, so they may have others in the store, or they may, I might. Emma doesn't really match anything, um, so it doesn't match. It's not my school colors. It doesn't match anything in the house, so I don't think I would buy that one just because I don't have a reason for it. But the other one that was like white and pink, that could be something. We'll see. But this one is definitely a yes. So I missed out on the Aldi ones, but I did manage to get this one from Home Goods. So that was my Home Goods haul. So if you're again looking for decor, and like I said, those things are now in style. So yeah. All right, we are at the end of the haul now. That's my Dollar Tree stuff. And that is last but not least Target. Now I know people still have their feelings about Target, and that's fine. So if you want to hop off now, you can do that. But I'm going to show you what I got from there. They really do have some good back to school sales going, and if you are a teacher, don't forget to make sure that you sign up one for Target. I think it's still Target Circle. They keep changing the name. I don't know, but for the rewards, it's free. And with through ID Me, you can verify your account, and there's a 20% off coupon for teachers. I think it's a one-time use, but you can use that on your purchase of like back to school stuff. And there's also a student thing as well. So make sure if you're a teacher or a student that you get the free, sign up for the Target Circle and get your free rewards so that you can get your 20% discount as you are shopping for back to school. So everything I purchased was not back to school. However, I think everything I purchased was on sale. So these, I bought these from the grocery store first. They had a coupon as well, but these are those, the Unstoppables. This is like the special scents or whatever. I think they're supposed to mimic some popular perfumes. I'm sure somewhere somebody has done a collab or a connection to show like this one smells like this perfume, or supposed to be based off of this perfume, but I don't know. But I just know this smells good, and this is the one that's number 26, and the notes are rose, honey, and oak moss. And I have already washed some clothes with the one that I purchased, and I absolutely love it. I don't think it's super feminine. It's also not masculine, so it's a great, kind of in between scent that anybody can use. They have others, but this was my favorite out of the collection that I've smelled so far. The pink one would probably be the second one, meaning the beads are pink. These are kind of like a honey creamy color. But that one, I forgot what number it was, but that's the only other one I kind of like. But they have like 4 or 5 different scents. They're regularly, for this size, which is the 21.1 ounce, they're regularly $15.99. There is a $6 off coupon right now, which makes them $10. And I think that is something that they are doing, and they being Downy is doing something right now to promote these, because they are doing it where I think almost everywhere they should be like $10 at least right now. For this size, because they want to promote them. They do have this particular scent in the trial size as well, and those are $4.99 for the little trial size. But I said for $10, and I already know I like this one. I bought a second one as a backup. Highly recommend. Absolutely love them. Like I said, they smell so good. Um, these are actually for my classroom, and I have a Febreze plug-in in there. And this one is just some refills. So you get, this is a 2 pack, and it was on clearance. They originally $9.99, is on clearance for $8.49. I think it's like 15% off. So not a big savings, but hey, every dollar counts. This is the Lilac Sunrise scent. And there's also a $3 off coupon for these, so this made it even better. So I think I paid like $5.50 for a 2 pack, which is not bad. So that's why I got this one, and they do last at least a good 30 days. So this is like 2 months right here, and I think I might have had one left at my classroom. I left at the school, like I unplugged it, but I think I had a refill left in the one that was already plugged in. So I should be good at least for the first 3 months or so. All right. And staying in that category, I just got a refill for my Glade like spray thingy that I have. This is Juicy Peach and Elderflower, and it was marked down again like 15% off. So originally $7.39 is $6.28. They had the watermelon and cucumber one that was cheaper. I think it was like $4 or $5, but I did not like the scent, so I stuck with the Juicy Peach. These I did not know existed. I just saw them on clearance, and I'm glad I did. This is the Pokemon from Nature. All right, y'all. So at this point, my microphone decided to die. So I'm just going to do a voiceover to finish out this video. So here, what I'm showing you guys, it is a body spray that I picked up that was a collaboration between the brand Nature Well. I believe it is. Yes, Nature Well, Pokemon, and Target. So if you're not aware, Target has a lot of Pokemon stuff in. I think there was a new movie that recently came out. And they came with these cute little like pocketbook clips or something that you see there on the side. So it was like a Pokeball, and then like I guess the symbol for this particular Pokemon, which I cannot remember which Pokemon this is. I've seen it before, but I can't remember the name. This particular scent is Mango Blaze, and it says it's a warm, fiery spark mixed with a vibrant, fruity blaze made for bold little adventurers. And the scent profile for the top notes are apple zest pop, pineapple jolt, and peach whirl. Middle notes are mango bloom burst, rose petal drift, and nougat mist. And the bottom notes are praline charge, musk drift, and coconut glow. So I love that. And again, it's a hair and body fragrance mist, 4 ounces. Those would be great for, teenagers that love body sprays and such, Pokemon fans, and even college kids that are going back to school. That would be something cute to put in there, like back to college, or freshmen, just starting new college students basket or something, especially if they're Pokemon fans. And it was originally $9.99, and it was on clearance for $2.99. So at that price, I had to get them. They did have the Pikachu one, which was yellow, and it was a pineapple something scent. I can't remember the exact name, but pineapple was one of the main notes. But it also had a watermelon in there, watermelon scent, and I did not like it. So I ended up passing on the Pikachu one, even though Pikachu is probably my favorite Pokemon. But that's why I ended up skipping it. Next up, we have these post-it notes from the brand Noted, which is kind of a under the same umbrella as Post-it, so it's like one of their other brands that they sell in Target mainly. But they have some really cute post-it list, and so this kind of has like a to-do list. Where you can prioritize, you can choose what day of the week it is and kind of make your list as well as any additional notes. And those were 75% off. So I think that pad that I was showing you was like $1.99. And so I think it had been close to $10 originally. So it was a good deal. They also had one, as that's why I'm showing you guys, that they had one that only had the first two. And didn't have the additional section. It was a 2 piece or 2 column, and that one was like only 50% off. So it was a little bit more expensive. So I went with the one that I'm showing you there. Next up, we have this bottled water from the brand Hilsey. I believe I'm saying that correctly. I've featured this in a different video where I talk about some new drinks and things I like, but I haven't posted that video yet. It's coming soon. But Hilsey is natural artisan water. It's $1.49 a bottle, which is kind of pricey, but I mainly buy it for aesthetics. As you can see, there's the pink bottle, and then they also have it in like a baby blue color, and then they have a clear with a black top. So the clear is not like white clear. It kind of has like a charcoal look to it. So it does look kind of black, but essentially it's a clear color bottle with a black top. But I just like it for aesthetics. I bought some to have. I think it'd be good to have for like guests or if you're having a party or something like that. But otherwise, it's not something that you have to have or you're missing out on. But if you maybe have guests coming by or you're doing something special where you want to do some colors, they do, like I said, the pink and blue might be cute for a baby shower or whatever. But at $1.50 a bottle, like, it would only be special occasions. So I just pick them up from time to time as a treat. But the water is good. So that's everything I have for my haul here. Let me know if you guys have tried any of those or seen any of those things. Again, that Pokemon, that was a great deal, probably one of the best deals I got. But either way, thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe and continue to turn on those notifications so that you can know when I post more hauls, which I'll have with back to school and everything coming up. See you next time.